So if you have a dream, if you have something that you want to achieve, try to make it in a public way. Tell everybody about your passions, tell everybody about your strengths, or maybe like something that you are capable of. As turns out, it will be a support system for you to keep on going, to keep on track.
Kasavela Talks, ruang diskusi dan inspirasi.
So guys, balik lagi ya di Kasavela Talks edisi kali ini. Nah, TV kali ini bakal mengundang seseorang yang spesial banget ya. Kalau biasanya kita ngobrol-ngobrol pakai bahasa Indonesia, tapi kali ini TV bakal coba ngobrol pakai bahasa Inggris. Tapi disclaimer buat kamu ya, aku tuh bukan orang yang udah jago banget bahasa Inggris, terus juga udah lancar dan terbiasa gitu berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris, tapi aku masih belajar juga. Dan karena itu aku pengen ngobrol sama teman aku yang lebih fasih dan terbiasa berbicara dalam bahasa Inggris supaya makin termotivasi dong ya biar belajar bahasa baru terus juga mengeksplor hal-hal baru. Nah, sebelumnya mungkin buat kamu juga ya yang belum kenal atau mungkin udah ada yang kenal nih. Ini aku bakal ngobrol sama Ferdian Satia. Jadi aku ketemu sama Ferdian ini udah 3 kalinya nih ya. Pertama itu waktu lagi ada kegiatan ya online juga di Cakap Berucap. Terus yang keduanya kita ngobrol di Radio Sonata. Terus yang ketiganya kita ketemu lagi nih tapi by Zoom. Jadi aku 3 kali ketemu Ferdian ini ngobrolnya bakal bahasa Inggris semua gitu guys. Jadi buat kamu juga yang memang tertarik pengen belajar bahasa Inggris, terus ya memotivasi diri, salah satunya bisa dengan lebih sering ya mendengarkan bahasa Inggris. So mungkin kita nggak usah lama-lama lagi, kita bakal sapa dulu. Halo Ferdian.
Hi, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm okay. How about you?
I'm all right. Yeah, I feel very well. Thank you very much for having me on in your YouTube channel. I'm flattered and honored to be here. Thank you. It's great to see you.
You're welcome, Ferdi. So maybe you can introduce yourself before what your business right now.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ferdian Satia Putra, and I'm a 26-year-old English for business graduate from Polytechnic Negeri Bandung. And I now work as a culture representative at the Department of Tourism and Culture in Kabupaten Karawang. But previously I work as a translator for almost a year. And also I became an English radio broadcaster at RRI Bandung for 2 months when I did my internship. Yeah, it was such great times to be to be doing sort of passions like that I really like in terms of English, and I found it very interesting. Yeah, in the end, then again, you're following what you're pursuing in your dreams. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank
wow, so amazing. You are so productive. Yes, and today we will talk about the commitment and consistency. So guys, Ferdian is someone who always consistent and commitment to do something that he want. So Ferdian, you can talk to us how you build your commitment, your consistency, like you speaking in English.
Okay, but yeah, first of all, why I kind of when I choose this kind of topic about commitment and consistency, because I suppose we need this kind of psychological motivations within ourselves by creating a kind of commitment and consistency when we're doing something that we really like, and or maybe when you're trying to get something that you have wanted for years. So commitment and consistency is the sense of when once we make a decision and we had done a particular part of actions, we feel the need to be consistent in that course of action, particularly effective if the commitments are done sort of in a very active public way. So for example, like, oh, okay, I will start learning English, and I will tell my friends about my public commitment. If you're doing in this way, whatever you're doing becomes ever more powerful. So if you have a dream, if you have something that you want to achieve, try to make it in a public way. Tell everybody about your passions, tell everybody about your strengths, or maybe like something that you are capable of. As turns out, it will be a support system for you to keep on going, to keep on track, with your main objectives. And I think it's very important when we're creating the sense of like desire, openness, and also happiness about our about our abilities, and people will kind of like get like we'll get that curiosity and interest in knowing about you in details in many circumstances. And also like why I make this kind of topic, because I really want to give you hands-on experience in using commitment and consistency in different types of contexts and different types of situations. So in the end, you will work out being confident and comfortable in using your abilities in a public way. So yes, and in terms of English, yes, English is a something that I'm passionate about. I have been dealing with English for nearly 16 years, and the journey like keeps going on until now, and it has it becomes my commitment and consistency. Why I put this kind of stance, because I think English has played like a significant role and crucial part in gaining my career opportunities. And I believe if we put this principle, you will be supported, you will be kind of like blessed, and you will be kind of like be protected with the learning process, because you have kind of like a guideline, a proper kind of like source that makes you kind of like energized, that makes you kind of like interested in doing so. So I think is very important. And like when you're putting your commitment and consistency, like you will kind of like know out the effects, the value of the thing that you have done, whether it is about your hobbies, your passion, or maybe your job at your workplace. It perceives such a great value. And like you will kind of like get the meaning of living in this life. Like, okay, this what I'm supposed to be doing, because I'm living in this world for doing something that could be beneficial for others. I really want to share, to trade any kind of informations that I've got towards people. As turns out, you will be kind of like a real human. You will feel more alive, and that's the thing that we should look at, I think.
Wow. And Ferdian, what the first time or the start you think you have to consistent and commitment? Do you read a book, or do you get inspiration for someone?
Okay. um I think it started in junior high school, when I for the first time I found my kind of like my passion in terms of English. People started people started appreciating about my ability when I tried to present something in front of the class in English. And also I kept like I kept being asked about English lessons when I was in the school. And I felt kind of like, oh, probably this is the thing that I'm looking for. This is the thing that I should to be going on. Like, I think, okay, English maybe can be my passion. And I started to kind of like to get a deeper understanding by observing, like practicing a lot, like every day. Starting from listening to the music first, and find a role model that can inspire you in your learning process, and also like keep going on with that, like listening to the musics, follow the way they speak, learn about the pronunciations, and get it to your heart, and get the feelings, get the right patterns, and keep following the rules given by the source that you're learning. And yeah, after that it was followed by reading some books when I was in high schools. And in college I started to kind of like to to move further by learning British accents. I really want to kind of like elevate my English levels in a different way, so people can find me as a new person that has different value. Ferdian comes out as a new person who has the ability of speaking English with British accent. And I and I went ahead for that. Like I kept learning about British accent by watching my favorite news media called BBC English, Al Jazeera English, CNN, and also like Telegraph and something like that. And I applied this kind of learning process in my university, and the lecturers were really proud of me. They were really appreciating about my efforts, in doing this kind of thing. And I was and because of that, because of the British accent and my commitment and consistency, I was chosen by some parties to have a webinar, a presentation, like being a speaker for some events. Even my lecturers asked me to become an MC for our kind of like our big event in campus, representing my department, something like that. And yes, like what a journey that I have been through. And it's very breathtaking. It is extremely fantastic to be able to put your commitment and consistency for a long time. Even until now, you have to keep doing that. Don't stop the thing that you're doing. You have to keep commitment and consistent with that.
Oh, and what do you do to have to control your commitment and consistency? Because sometimes we feel lazy or
Yeah.
yes, like this.
Yes.
So what do you do when you feel like it?
Yeah. It's very difficult to prevent. There was in some occasions I felt that kind of that kind of like lazy and like boring of doing the same thing for a long time. And I can tell you, okay, commitment and consistency sometimes is particularly tricky as it is if you do not move wisely and find the right method in doing that. When I was kind of like putting my principle in terms of commitment and consistency, I felt stuck by keep doing the same thing, like watching news again, listening to the musics again. And like I was feeling down. I was feeling kind of like, oh, maybe I have to find another one, like another kind of like a passion. But that was not the reason. That was not the answer. The answer is I didn't find another kind of like sources that could support me in learning English. I kept watching news again. But hang on a second, there's alternative ways that you could do instead. Rather than watching this and listening to the musics, maybe you could kind of like start by doing like watching movies,
Mhm.
and maybe the comedies, the sitcoms. Or maybe you could find kind of like communities or partners to interact with, to talk to, and to share your kind of like your experience in learning English. So it's about the ways out. How can you think creatively and actively in keep finding sort of like innovations and discoveries about your commitment and consistency. So we have to be innovative and find some various methods, like the other ones that can kind of like help you to keep being truly committed with your course of actions. So find other methods, but with the same track in English, but find the other ways, still in one thing, but find other things.
Mhm. Wow. And Ferdian, why you have so too much energy to do something that you want to do? I think many people like me sometimes I feel I don't have energy to do something, to commit something to reach our dream. Why you have get the energy?
Hmm. Uh, the first one is like willingness, and also the intention. So you should have kind of like you should have had like a clear intention when you're doing something. When your intention is clear, whatever you're doing becomes ever more powerful. You have to think about why did I do this, like what the thing that I want to to achieve with this kind of commitment and consistency, and what is your main objective. So we have to think about that. What are you focusing on? Are you going to kind of like are you looking for the fame? Are you looking for the knowledge? Are you looking for the people's people's appreciation? Or are you looking for entertaining yourself? Because yeah, I just want to entertain myself because I feel compelled to do so. No, not, it cannot be done in that way. But you have a clear intention, the main objective. Like for example, you're doing this for the sakes of for the people's sake. You're thinking about other people. You have a mission and a clear vision. That's the kind of like the mind mapping that you should have. And also like I think it is hugely kind of like significant when you're committing in doing something, when you are in them, when you're putting the presence of your heart and attention, and also the sincerity in your commitment and consistency, in your passions, in your dreams, or whatever it might be. You have to put your heart in it. Then you can kind of like you can be kind of like you can be controlled with your feelings, with your emotions, and you can kind of like reconnect with other people about your kind of like about your dreams. And yeah, I think that's the only way you can do, like willingness, faith, sincerity, and the presence of your heart.
Mhm. Yes, and Ferdian, you are have many productivities right now. So do you have something to get or something your dream and you want to reach?
Well, since I'm currently being accepted as a yeah, since I'm currently being accepted in the Department of Tourism and Culture, I really want to use my ability in terms of English by increasing the tourist destinations in my area, and promoting things to be valued. And I really want to make sort of innovations for the improvement of our kind of like our department, because after the pandemic outbreak, everything was gone, was gone in chaos, particularly for the tourism, and people tended not to come to the tourist destinations, because it will be potentially it will be potentially to be infected with the virus if you're gathered in a crowd in a tourist tourist places. And that's the thing that I have been thinking for quite a long time. I really want to use my English in the best way as I could. I really want to make people to get attracted with our tourist destinations in Karawang, and I really want to kind of like increase the you know the local economy by recruiting the locals, to participate in our projects, by promoting this kind of tourist destinations, talking to other people about how great our area is, and and telling them about the importance of knowing the culture, the differences, and how can you come across to different kind of like perspectives when you're kind of like when you're expected to be thought by new ideas.
Mhm. Wow. But Ferdian, you can speak English fluently. Do you think you want to travel around the world? Because you you can speak English everywhere, maybe.
So I hope so. I hope so. If with God wills, if God like gives me his permission, I really want to travel to the UK, to the Ireland, to get kind of like connected with people there. I really want to kind of like to implement my British accent, with them. I really want to get closer with their daily habits, with their kind of like daily life, with their social interactions. Like it seems like, whoa, like seems like I think it would be very lovely, and I really want to go. I really want to go there. Like it's kind of like a dream.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like, oh my goodness, like a dream that have been putting in my kind of like in my heart since when I was a kid. Like I really want to kind of like to expand my way of thinking, um, and also like and sensitive with differences, particularly with the differences. I really want to get a deeper understanding about how people kind of like how people something, how people think about the cases. It will like it will give me different types of kind of like evaluations and different types of comprehensives. Oh, if I have to face this kind of situation, I can do this. Like and if I kind of like talk to them, I can try to make this kind of relationship very kind of like valuable, not just kind of like, and I meet you and we talk and then we say goodbye and it's done. No, no, nothing like that. Not just like that, but we have to kind of like build kind of like a great relationships. Like it's kind of like a building steady bridges, like understanding about people's personalities, understanding about kind of like people's behaviors, and at the end of the day, you will find it very meaningful as a human being. Like, yeah.
Wow. So English is not just language, but gets you worldview, uh, personal, and many more. And do you interest to learn in your language?
um I'm not sure if I can deal with. For now, I think I have no any interest in learning about other languages, because because I'm still focusing on English. I really want, there's things that I like that being undone in English that I have to take care of, and I really want to make it like more working. Like I really want to make it more powerful. I really want to like to keep then again being consistent and commitment with England.
Mhm.
This is like it has become my primary aspect, my priority,
Mhm.
and I don't want to be kind of like disturbed by other things I that that I maybe not really comfortable with it. Maybe that I'm not really kind of like feeling enthusiastic with it. Like just okay, maybe the other things. No, but I want to stick with it. I think English just English for now. But who knows, like what like what life brings to me in the future when I have to learn about something new. But right now, just English.
Okay. And Ferdi, how important to learn English and to speak in English for general public?
Well, if you ask me about that question, I would definitely say it is very important. I think we're living in a globalization. English is a word language, and it is using in many ways. And like we have to take we must be like concerning about English because it will help you in gaining your career opportunities. So English doesn't belong to kind of like people who kind of like who take English majors, but it belongs to everyone. It has kind of like it has globally kind of like like spread all around the world, and people think like, okay, if I want to start kind of like elevating if I want to start kind of like increasing my ability in my career, I have to start learning about English. If I want to be kind of like chosen as a representative for dealing with foreign clients, I have to learn about English. If I want to be kind of like if I want to study kind of like abroad, I have to start learning about English. So many purposes, so many like so many objectives. People get like in doing something when they use English as a tool, as a weapon, like to support their kind of like their journey in getting their dreams. So yeah, it's very important, I think. And I'm so like I'm so glad that people have started like trying to make some communities in providing people who are not who are not privileged with their money to take courses, like or to study abroad. But like the alternative way, they can kind of like come to the English clubs for free to gain new perspectives, to elevate their patience, to elevate their knowledge in terms of English. So yeah, isn't that a good thing? I think it's is very good.
Yes. And about consistency. So consistency is the mean every day or a week, once a week, or what do you think
Yeah.
about the consistency meaning?
The consistency like reverse to kind of like reverse to the exact kind of like the exact time of doing something. So it's kind of like you're making notes from the most important to the less important, and you have got like certain aspects that you think it is important to be done straight away, immediately, right now, that I have to keep doing this because this is this is put as kind of like my consistency. For example, I put kind of like a schedule, like every every night before I go sleep. I mean, like every when I go to this when I go sleep, I always kind of like watch BBC News for an hour before I go sleep, and and it's been done within 4 years. Can you imagine? I have done that for 4 years. So every before I go sleep, and before I go sleep, I will watch BBC News at least for an hour, and that is my consistency. Like maybe I will start watching that at like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Yeah, 10 p.m. you know and it will like it will be ended at 11, and I will go sleep after that. I really want to kind of like to maintain like that kind of feelings, like the sense of like belonging, because I belong to English, and I have to put it in my heart, and I have to get bits of beneficial information, wherever it might be, even about their politics, their social, their entertainment, or maybe their about the British sports or something like that. At least I get the sense of, oh yeah, I can still kind of like get the British accent. How I can get the feeling of like speaking like native speakers. Like, so this is my consistency. So how can you kind of like be well? How can you kind of like manage your time your time management? How can be how can you kind of like control kind of like the schedules and put your priorities and keep up the good work and like keep doing it like something.
Oh, so inspiration. So I think I have do something that I want to like you consistency and your commitment. And Ferdi, the less is the less. Maybe you have something to say before you name closing statement. Mhm.
Okay. I think don't get me wrong. I don't want. I don't say it would work. Kind of like it would work so easily in your life. Commitment and consistency. Sometimes as it is kind of like it's not as easy as we think. It's not as easy as it might. You have to put kind of like yourself in a level that you're ready for this. You're ready for doing this and then again fundamentally understanding your motivations for doing something is very kind of like crucial because you have to understand, oh, okay, my motivation, I really want to make people kind of like well educated with my information. I really want to kind of like promote English globally, not just for myself, but people can feel kind of like the benefits from it. So yes, motivations again, the intentions, motivations, and the presence of your heart. And yes, commitment and consistency is something that everybody must have. You know, it's kind of like an essential kind of like sense of feeling that you have to kind of like look for. So I suggest you guys like to start thinking about your commitment consistency. Find like the most important thing in your life, put it in your heart, make a make step forward actions, about it, and tell to the public about your dreams.
Mhm.
There's no shame in kind of like in talking about something that you in a public, because it will give you support systems, it will give you powers if you do that, like, because that's what I have done. Like, if I have something new, if I have something that is very kind of like like fascinating about English, I will tell to my communities, I will tell to my friends, hey, I can we talk about kind of like maybe like a news that is currently happening in the UK, in or maybe in other countries, maybe about sports, about politics, or something like that, and we will have a nice conversation. So your English is being used properly, is being used kind of like your English would be delivered well. So yeah, stuff that kind of thing.
Mhm. Wow, it's amazing and so inspirational, Ferdi. I hope yes, the friend will watch this will have motivation, will get the inspiration to do something with consistent and commitment, because it's something so important to our life. If we want to reach our dream, to get something, we have to commitment and consistent. Without that, we can get anything, right?
But I'm curious. I'm
Mhm.
curious.
Mhm.
I'm curious. Understanding like all of this,
Mhm.
having learned about commitment and consistency, is there any like any valuable kind of like actions that you would like to start doing after this, like to put your commitment and consistency? Can you share a little bit about that? Can you kind of like tell us about your commitment and consistency, and how can you kind of like keep uh, motivated with that course of action? Yeah, I'm curious. I really want to hear from you.
Oh, aduh. So uh, I like writing because writing is my passion. Every day I write anything, and I had published 3 novel. Terbakar Delusi, Gulana Rindu, and Serpihan Hasrat. And I like speaking too. So I work as a journalist and announcer too, because this is my passion. I like speaking, I like writing, and I think I done much motivation or something because it's in my soul. So I just do it, and I have dream too. I have dream like I want to publish a novel. So I use my time to writing. Although I sometimes I feel tired, I feel boring, or I feel I don't have motivation. But I think my dream. I remember my dream, so I keep it going. And yes, like speaking. So I have YouTube Kasavela Talks to to explore my passion and my something that I like, and I hope what I like, what I do is get inspiration or benefit to others.
Yeah. Wow. I think your kind of like your experience is particularly effective because you've coded yourself with the source that you're pursuing in terms of writing, in terms of speaking in front of people, because I know there is something that has inspired you for doing this.
Yes.
That's that's what that's what makes you kind of like keep on track with your kind of like job, even if it is your job. I do believe there is kind of like a passion in it, there is a commitment and consistency in it, because you think this is very important for you.
Yes.
This can be for other people, and right now you make a new discovery, by doing this kind of like live talk with your in your YouTube channel, and it's a new thing because wow, I'm impressed and I'm so fluttered with this kind of activity given by you. Like, it's a good thing, it's a new one, and thank you very much for
Yes.
inviting me.
Yes, you're welcome, and thank you too. So I know I did something that I like, my passion, but I hope someday I can grow and grow, and to the max, I can be the best version of myself. And I think now yes, I still trying, and
Yeah.
I hope I will grow up better, and the best.
Like, wherever you are,
Mhm.
being your true authentic self requires a lot of bravery, like to be the best possible of you of yourself is very important. So you will not kind of like worry about what would people think about you, because you came out as a kind of like as an original kind of like human being, not faking yourself by pretending to be someone else, but you're delivering something that is real, coming from yourself, that comes from like your kind of like your mind, your heart, and you feel blessed with it. Like, I think, yeah, it's good to be yourself, to be the best possible authentic of yourself, so people will know, so people will respect you, people will get your values, and you will be kind of like honored by other people. Yeah, that's the point of life, I think. Just be yourself.
Yes, thank you, Ferdi. So I hope we can be more success than now, yes, and get everything that we want to get, explore wherever we want to go, and yes, to be authentic and the best, like you say.
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, it's to and both of us. Yeah,
Yes.
it's for everyone out there. You have to start thinking about your commitment and consistency, and you have to start kind of like getting your dreams, achieving something that you think is very kind of like is very crucial in for your life. Yeah.
Yes, and thank you, Ferdian. Hope your job will be success in Karawang, and you
Amin.
can you can say to everyone about your your inspirational and many things. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. Anything.
Oke, dan teman-teman itu dia ya obrolan kita bareng Ferdian, sangat menginspirasi sekali ya. Dan meskipun disampaikan dalam bahasa Inggris, semoga kamu juga dapat memahami dan mengerti ya. Jadi memang tadi penting banget yang namanya konsistensi dan komitmen, karena tanpa komitmen dan konsistensi kita nggak akan bisa mencapai impian kita. So, apapun yang terjadi, raihlah impian kamu. Memang ada harga yang harus dibayar ya. Tadi ya kalau kata Ferdian juga sebelum tidur pasti dengerin dulu tuh siaran dari BBC dan lain sebagainya. Tapi dengan hal itu kita pasti bisa jadi seperti apa yang kita inginkan. So tetap semangat dan tidak ada yang namanya berhenti untuk bertumbuh ya, karena bertumbuh itu adalah untuk seterusnya dan selamanya. Jadilah versi terbaik untuk diri sendiri dan pastinya juga tetap otentik sehingga suatu hari nanti kamu bisa benar-benar puas dengan dirimu sendiri. Oke, thank you sekali lagi. Dan Ferdian, makasih banyak ya. Semoga kapan-kapan kita masih bisa ngobrol-ngobrol nih terkait hal yang lain. Dan makasih banyak, tadi juga sangat menginspirasi aku ya untuk lebih semangat lagi, giat lagi. Mungkin salah satunya dalam berbahasa Inggris nih Ferdian ya. Siapa tahu nanti aku bisa sepasih Ferdian juga nih ya dalam bahasa Inggris.
I believe that, and I'm the one who should be thanking to you for kind of like for this kind of like program, and I hope this will inspire and help people to achieve things to achieve things like what they wanted, like and then again you have to remember, because such thing comes at a price, as you said. There is kind of a price for doing something, because you have to sacrifice something that to get something valuable. You have to sacrifice. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you Ferdian. Dan buat teman-teman juga ya, makasih yang udah nonton. Jangan lupa subscribe dan likes, dan pastinya terus pantengin Kasavela Talks, karena nanti kita bakal ngobrol-ngobrol nih bareng narasumber-narasumber yang kece dan pastinya juga bisa memberikan inspirasi dan motivasi buat kamu. So guys, thank you. See you next time and goodbye. Bye.